like a storage bin here, plus this toolbox. And the jack, I was gonna put the jack lower here, but in all the pictures that I found, there's not many of them, but in the picture I found, the jack is on top. So there's no way the driver could, or whoever is here could have any vision. I'm pretty sure in this vehicle, since the machine gun, this is where the machine gun used to be, in the regular Czech built 38T. So now I'm winging it, but I'm pretty sure that the driver on this vehicle is on this side. But anyway, if it's the gunner on this side, or radio operator, now that there's no gun, there's no vision to that side. This vehicle would have a crew of 4, commander, a gunner, a driver, and one more guy that worked the radio and do anything else that needed to be done. Again, this is a reconnaissance vehicle. So these guys would get out of the vehicle and search the areas, and they wouldn't be inside the vehicle all the time. For that reason, whenever I'm gonna when you see me use this other bigger brush, sometimes the overspray from the shading or from one of the other colors creates like a dusty, and just get rid of that. When I get to do a crew, usually if I did a new vehicle like this, I would give it a specific crew. But I also mentioned that I like to use vehicles for more than one setting. So if I were going to use this vehicle in a Normandy setting with, who knows, Panzer layer troops, I already have reconnaissance, armor vehicle, Panzer layer figures made for other vehicles. So I would use them here. And since I have full crews usually when I build a model, if I'm doing an in-action, I'll put it over there. If I'm doing an in-action setup, I will need the four crewmen, because some would be inside the vehicle and wouldn't show. So I have plenty of figures that I could use for this vehicle. But I also mentioned that this vehicle is very much associated with the Panzer Grenadier Division Grossdeutschland that only served in the Eastern Front. And I don't have any Grossdeutschland reconnaissance, armored car, or armored tank figures, so I'll make some. I'll make 4 new figures as the crew for this vehicle later on, as it'll be nice to have Grossdeutschland representation. Again, here I will go over everything that sticks out. Ridges, hinges, any edge. Okay, get the idea. Again, I'm using see the brush kind of gets dirty. That's from the overspray of the shading. Doesn't, that's why I say, I go over, dip it in the buff, and as I'm taking the paint off, I'm actually kind of cleaning it. That buff eventually kind of gets a little bit darker maybe. Some odd white there showing. No idea what that is. Oh, I know. Now I know what that is. They used a lot of like a lead, how do you call it? Like, almost like a lead paper, like what you would find in a wine bottle, like lead, a sheet, like a sheet of lead for some detail. And that white that's popping up there means that they use that lead for that, faking that latch. And that lead sheet was used in various other places. Wherever I found it, I scraped it and put some special paint to cover it up, but I didn't do it there. So I'll have to do that hinge again to make sure that I don't get that white peeking out when I don't want it to. White is the unless you're doing a winter vehicle, white is the enemy when you're doing anything. You know, if something white pops out, it's not gonna look good. Okay. Very odd kind of toolbox that these 38Ts used to have, like that, with all these holes. No idea why they did that. But you see it in a lot of vehicles. Probably the most famous and used a lot late war was the Martyr. No, not the Martyr, the Hetzer, which was they put on this low vehicle with a low superstructure, they put a 75mm anti-tank gun, and it was very effective. They made tons of them, but it was, for the Allies, it was a good thing that they didn't decide to do more of those earlier, because it was a very effective and relatively cheap vehicle. I hope it's showing in the video. Okay, I'll just finish this up and then probably do another dry brushing with a turret, just so you get an idea. But again, it's just going with buff over everything that sticks out, like the screen there for the engine, and it just brings out the detail. Rivets, any latch, any hinge, anything. Okay, that's it for now.